What's up guys, this is Autoboticon97 back with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers WFC-Megatron Trilogy Kingdom Leader Class Beast Wars Megatron. And yes, the leader of the Predacons himself in the true Generations fashion here. I know this version of Megatron has been sought after by almost every single Transformers or even Beast Wars fans, including myself. And while of course he does have some flaws, and he can surpass his masterpiece counterpart for his show accuracy, he's still a really excellent figure. So without further ado, let's take up a close-up look at the Kingdom Leader Class Beast Wars Megatron.
Oh, yes indeed!
Taking a little close-up look at the figure itself, the head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. And it definitely screams the character of Beast Wars Megatron. They got the Predacon insignia here, slap bang on the center of his crest. You got the red for the eyes, you got the gunmetal color for the nose, you got the mouth, and some pipes around here on the sides of his head. You got the jacket spikes here, you got the gunmetal color here going on to the rest of the torso. You got the lighter purple here, you got the vents here picked up in the nice silver paint, just like the spikes. And again, a very nice homage to the original design. And I also love the asymmetrical design here for Beast Wars Megatron, much like we got in the original Beast Wars animation. And here in this left arm here, which carries most of his tail here, and the sculpted detail here is, again, like I said, really nice. And again, you can have it just also left the hand unsculpted here, just really nice. And you can take a look at underneath his left arm. You can also see some circuitry details here inside. It's basically hollow part here of the robot mode. And you can see you can also articulate the weapon here formed out of his tail. So again, very nicely sculpted figure here. With some nuts and bolts here. And again, in here his most iconic asset, his T-Rex head. Even though a little bit smaller here than what we saw in the animation, because we know that the Beast Wars, especially the Kingdom line, especially the Kingdom Beast Wars figures, are taking a more of a realistic approach here of the beast modes. The T-Rex head is actually pretty small. When we cover the detail here of the T-Rex head, when we transform him into his beast mode. And again, you can see the silver and the purple color here, and you got the traditional Beast Wars Megatron leg cannons here. Really nice. You got the dark gunmetal color here. You got the darker purple here. You got the lighter purple here on the side of the legs, and the legs are basically the remnant of his beast mode here, with the T-Rex legs being the robot mode legs here. And you can see they're also completely white here on the bottom of the soles of the feet. As we take a look at the back of the character, back of the figure, I should say, he's pretty kibbly. As you can see, he basically has the outer thigh parts and mostly the outer sides of his T-Rex mode. I know the kibble is really atrocious here, but in the pictures, but now that I have it in hand, it really doesn't bother me at all. It just goes to accentuate the excellent details here that he has. Now, as far as the articulation is concerned, he's loaded with it. The head is on the swivel joint. And look left or right, you can move a little bit up and down. And even you can use the transformation joint here to not much like this. So you can display him as if he's looking down at his maximal opponents, begging for mercy. Arms rotate all the way around this on the swivel joint. They move in and out. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, and you look at the tip of the tail, it's just move a little bit up and down like this, and also this can move as well. And I don't know for what reason this fist can move up like this here. It doesn't serve the purpose of the transformation as well. Moving on to the T-Rex head, basically the same thing. So the same thing here, where you can also open the mouth very wide, where we take a look at the articulation of the beast build itself. And this arm actually has the butterfly joint, well, this arm does not. He also does have a swivel at the waist. Arms out of the way, back and forth at the hip, if you decided to leave the leg cannons attached. But if you unpeg this while transforming, you could get a lot more. That'll be the Hong's words, beautiful spread. And you can also kick forward and back. Knee swivel, 90-degree bend at the knee, and of course the signature Robo Cybertron ankle tilt, and the feet can move up and down. So as far as the articulation, details, and the accuracy to the show, I think this guy is pretty much flawless in my opinion.
Yes.
Now for some size comparisons here into the Kingdom Beast Wars figures that I've gone so far. Here we have Kingdom Beast Wars Megatron compared next to Voyager Class Optimus Primal and Deluxe Class Black Arachnia. Now, as you can see, the scale is really perfect. I mean, Black Arachnia was smaller than Optimus, and even Optimus was even smaller than Megatron. Which, I gotta say, this is really good, accurate scale here. But I gotta admit, this is a really beautiful scale here between these three, especially Megatron and Optimus Primal. The transformation here, this is, I think, one of the most toughest transformations here that I ever did, especially here during this section here. To start off with the transformation here, take the T-Rex head, rotate it all the way up like this, and come to the tail here. I'm gonna fold this piece inside here, and you're gonna fold the inside, fold this piece here inside, and you're gonna tap it into place like so. And do the same thing on the other side. Rotate the tail if you wish. A little bit to get more room. It's really tough. But you can get it like so. Take the tip of the tail and rotate it around so that the orange section here and the green section here align with each other. And now that we have done with his arms, go ahead and take the leg turrets and rotate them around and snap them into place. And again. And again, we move on to the hardest part of the transformation here, is getting the crotch to split up, and it's scarily tight. And it's very similar thing that they have with the Masterpiece version. This version here. I don't know why they decided to make this tight though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this. This is basically Titan's Return Blitzwing's sword. I'm gonna get underneath this crotch, and give it a little seam line here, and that makes this a lot easier for me. And unpeg the crotch here. Fold it all the way up until it snaps into place here at the top. And the joints actually here on the leg, if you move it on the legs, are really tight. And so that's the way you're gonna split the crotch here. Now take the entire torso unit and shift it upward, much like the Masterpiece version. And again, it's really tight. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna pull here like this, which will leave it's exposed. And rotate this entire torso around, and you can turn the head. You can leave the head as it is if you wish, but I decided to just turn the head around and fold it inside, like this. Now that we're on this section here, get the tail out of the way. There's this clip here for we're gonna put the robot over there. It's gonna plug in on the side of his torso. So just be very careful in here. It's really hard to get in. It's really hard to snap this into place though. Really tight. So what I'm gonna do, because this section moves a lot, it's gonna be really difficult to make it in here. And even the waist also moves away a little bit loosely. Again, very tight joints. It's really difficult to connect. Just this off a little bit off camera. Now I've managed to clip this here on the side of his torso here. Now moving on to these sections here. Open these up. Obviously this one's already open. Then take these sections here, which are spring-loaded, which I absolutely love here, and take this neck brace section here and pull this around. So like so, behind the neck here, and come to the underside of the belly. And what's gonna happen here is gonna clip here on the inside of his, conceal his torso. Which I know it's not the securest connection here. And there you have this underbelly pretty much done. Then rotate the entire tail section around. And then take the head, bring these dino arms all the way around, and unpeg this here, and just be careful. I snap this peg clean off. Then pull this section here, and it's gonna tap in here like so. The sides of his hips. Just get this part out of the way so I can focus it like here. Same thing on the other side. And fold the dissections here to cover up the guns. And here you have Beast Wars Megatron fully transformed into his amazing looking T-Rex mode. Now taking a look at Megatron here in his amazing looking T-Rex mode, I gotta say Hasbro and Takara Tomy have really did an excellent job of recreating his iconic alt mode here for the Beast Wars animation. Although a little bit realistic, but that's what the Launch of the Kingdom line was for. And again, this is absolutely amazing looking beast mode. Here, and taking a look at the details here, got the green here, focus. You got the green here on the top here for all over the body, and also the orange underbelly to recreate his appearance for the show. And the beast mode head definitely is amazing. I mean, you look at the tongue here, and I also love the fact that they also included some gum parts here when the mouth opens when the T-Rex actually roar, and the teeth is also beautifully sculpted here. And as you can see here inside the mount, you got the 5mm blast effect board, which I'm using here. Studio Series 86 Bluey Gorgeous Scourge blast effect here, and you can plug it inside of the mouth so you can actually recreate some fire breathing effects or some kind. But this is used for in my opening segment here of the review in robot mode though. Actually, it's really cool effect, to be honest though. And you got the piercing evil red eyes, and you could definitely expect David Kaye's voice coming out of this mode whenever you see this character. And you got the dino arms here, but the only gripe that I have here is the gaps here of the beast mode, which I understand for the purposes of the transformation, and also how good the robot mode is. I don't mind the gaps whatsoever. And also I love the fact that they also use some rubbery plastic material here on the sides of the neck. You can see on some of the tail and even the outer thigh parts. It's here, and on the underbelly to give him much more of a realistic looking beast mode. Again, it's the approach that all the Kingdom figures, especially the Beast Wars characters, are going with. And now you know it's gotta be that's really cool. And well, I do like it. I like the texture rubbery skin effect. It also has its compromises right here. And as you can see, this piece actually, the glue is actually running out, especially on the tail section here while reversing the layout. reversing this piece while transforming into robot mode. This is, but I don't mind it so much. I am really careful about it though. But as far as the articulation is concerned, he's fully articulated, just like the robot mode. The head and the rotation joint, you can use the shoulder rotation of the robot mode here to rotate the head, and the head can move up and down, something like so, which is a little bit ugly, but who cares? Again, the mouth can open really wide, and when you twist the head around like this, these pieces here are actually spring-loaded, and they mostly compact this into place like so. And it's really posable. And the tiny T-Rex arms are on the ball joint, and they can rotate all the way around. But the leg articulation here is actually pretty smart. While still retaining his robot mode or leg articulation, these actual pieces here of the thigh can actually rotate all the way up. And it's because, if you unpick this a little bit, it's basically the semicircular joint here for the leg. It's still going to retain the robot mode articulation here, especially down this side, but the leg articulation here for the beast mode is actually really clever here on this. And you can also wiggle the tail around side to side by using the elbow articulation of the robot mode, and the tail can wag side to side. And again, like I said, the leg articulation basically the same for the robot mode. So as far as the articulation is concerned, he's pretty much amazing, unlike the Studio Series Age of Extinction Leader Class Grimlock.
Oh yes!
Now for the Beast Mode size comparison, here you have Megatron next to Optimus Prime in Beast Mode. And to be honest, it's not that bad. Yeah, Primal is supposed to be very smaller than Megatron though. Just really beautifully represented here. And again, the realistic textures here of the T-Rex bone on Megatron is really reminiscent here of Optimus Primal's fur here in Beast Mode. And again, these two absolutely look really great together. Now for the reverse transformation. Or should I say,
Megatron, terrorize!
to start the transformation here into his robot mode though, first of all, what you want to do here is unpeg this section here of the thigh and rotate this around here like so. Do the same thing on the other side. And unpeg this section here and fold this all the way into the back section here and snap it into place. Then what you want to do here, take the T-Rex arms, fold them all the way back, like so. And open up the underbelly, like this. Be careful of the stones though. So again, using Titan's Return Blitzwing Sword, to pry it open. There we go. Then fillet him open like this. Then take these sections here, fold them down, and take the neck brace and get this out of the way. And down, and fold these sections inside as well. Then getting the tail out of the way. Then fold these legs down for the natural robot mode position. Take the tail, rotate it around to get this out of the way. And again, unpeg the crotch on the side of his torso, rotate this around, then take the legs, these sections, so you have to bring it all the way together here. And it's really, again, really tight. And then we'll the side. So that's why. And they will clip it together. Then take these sections here and rotate them around until they snap into place, like so, to form the traditional hip cannons here. Rotate them around, and bam. But first, take out the head, snap it into place, rotate this around. You have to clip the torso here into this piece. Here, it's a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, again, it's really tough. Come on. There we go. Let's straighten him out like so. Let's take the T-Rex head, fold this down, rotate it around in the natural position. Then for the tail, open this section here. Be careful of the rubbery bits again. Fold this down. And do the same thing on the other side of the tail. Fold this up, fold it around. Take the tip of the tail, rotate this around. Take this section here and fold this up. Reveal his arm. Fold this down. Straighten everything out. And then you have Kingdom Leader Class Beast Wars Megatron back in his world. Overall, I'm really happy with how this guy turned out. Yes, the transformation is a little bit scary, especially during the splitting of the crotch, and the rubbery parts used all over the figure is also really the scary part. But both of the modes, both the robot mode as well as the T-Rex mode, is really amazing. Starting off with the robot mode, it definitely screams 100% Beast Wars Megatron. And again, the colors, maybe we could use a little bit more darker of the color, but I don't mind. And even the Beast mode, even though not accurate to the show, but still it's a little more realistic. It's really amazing. Overall, I give it a 9.5 out of 10 to this guy. I highly recommend this figure, especially if you're a Beast Wars fan or a Transformers fan in general. So this has been Autoboticon 97 Reviews, taking a look at Transformers WFC-Megatron Trilogy Kingdom Leader Class Beast Wars Megatron. Thanks for watching.